Have you guys ever wanted to watch anime with me? Well, now you guys can. We watch all type of anime and we do it on a nightly basis. All you guys have to do is follow me on Twitch and click the link in the description to join the Discord. With that out of the way, let's get into the intro. So One Piece is one of the staples within the anime community, being out for about 25 years, where I guess the only shows, the big animes that have been out have been Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and Yu Yu Hakusho. And I was going to say Cowboy Bebop, but they came out roughly around the same time. Now, it stands among one of the most complete action-packed shonen, where the story is great, and it's one of the longest stories that have ever been made, right? The Straw Hats have been on the same quest to achieve their goals and their ambitions, and it's remained constant since 1997, but a lot has changed since the first chapter and episode, so we're going to talk about them. But if you guys enjoy regular One Piece content, then make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. With that out of the way, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's talk about the 10 ways that One Piece has changed since 1997. So for number 10, we're going to talk about the Manga Evolution. And for those of you guys who did not know, before its colors being on Weekly Shonen Jump, today, One Piece is actually a one-shot anime, meaning that it stood alone as a series and it had nothing. Well, I guess it did have something to do with the main story, but it's no longer canon, if you will, right? They stand alone and they're not a part of the ongoing series. But the one shot, it really started off with Romance Dawn, and then he reworked it, and it was like the intro of how One Piece starts in the manga, right? And Romance Dawn, it made its debut in Weekly Shonen Jump in 1996, but it didn't get any attention, right? And then Oda stated that the first pitches of One Piece were actually rejected by Weekly Shonen Jump and then accepted in 1997. Romance Dawn is not canon anymore, but it's still loved and respected by all. And for number 9, we're going to talk about the manga being longer than expected. One Piece recently, I'd say about a month ago, about 2 months ago actually, because now I forgot we're in March, but it just passed its 1000th chapter fairly recently, and now the shonen is about 25 years old, and though One Piece is going to end pretty soon in a few years, it's far from over, if that makes any sense. But Oda actually believed the manga will only last roughly about 5 years, right? And in interviews, Oda talked about he ended in 5 years, but the problem was that he underestimated how long it would take him to write the Straw Hats and their story, right? He didn't realize that their ambitions would take that long, and he also enjoys making new characters, so he'd also find a way to, go around ending it, and so he could spend more time making new characters and spend more time with the crew. And then for number 8, we have animation. I think this one's pretty self-explanatory. As we advance in civilization, that means technology gets better, meaning that animation, CGI, and all that, gets better, right? And One Piece, unlike a lot of other companies, right, sometimes when, for example, Attack on Titan, when stuff happens, right, different companies pick up the different anime, and One Piece has actually been ran by and animated by Toei Animation for a long time now, actually the entire time. Now, something I don't get, people, they say they can't watch One Piece because of the art style, and I don't understand that, right? If it hurts your eyes, that's one thing. For me, I can't watch JoJo's because it actually hurts my eyes. I'm gonna try to, but it does. And One Piece, it doesn't do that. It's just a little different. It's more cartoonish, if you will, right? It's been compared to Bleach and Naruto, which, okay, they came out, a couple years ahead, I think 2002-ish. One Piece was still in the 90s, so I don't know why people, obviously, Naruto and Bleach, their animation is going to be better, so I don't know why people complain about that. But if you compare any of Luffy's and any of the others actually fights from the late 90s, early 2000s to what they are now, it's better, and it's not even close. And then for number 7, we have the transition of Zorro's name. It went from Zolo to Zorro. Now, something that this is really only where the manga readers would know what I'm talking about is that Zorro, his actual name was Zolo. And if you guys still read the manga, well, I guess in certain places, right, Weekly Shonen Jump, you still see people call him Zolo, right? And what happened was this caused a little bit of confusion because the fans translated to Zorro while the official manga says Zolo. And the reason is, well, because of legal issues, right? Zorro was based off of the vigilante Zorro, right, which caused a lot of problems. And so to avoid legal action, companies, they changed it from Zorro to Zolo, where eventually in 2007 they got to use the name. And Zorro, well, there's certain publications of the manga and I guess the anime that now use the name Zorro, but there's still some that use the name Zolo. And for number 6, I have Localization. Now, One Piece, it took a while for it to get its attention, right, from viewers, especially in the West, right, because, well, how it was localized, right? So in 2004, the 4Kids Entertainment, they probably animated like the worst I've ever seen a company do, right? And they, they felt obligated, I guess, to broadcast One Piece despite them not wanting to do so, right? And since their audience were just little kids, well, they had to edit out a lot of stuff like Sanji cigars, guns, etc. So in 2007, 4Kids dropped One Piece and a Funimation took over, redubbing the series from basically scratch and leaving episodes uncut in the Adult Swim broadcast. And now One Piece, well, it's remastered on Crunchyroll, featuring different and the current voice actors on Crunchyroll. And then for number 5, I have the English dubbing of songs. If you guys didn't know, basically in the 90s and I guess early 2000s, it was very popular for anime to have the Japanese version of openings and endings of animes and then the English opening and endings. But now they don't do that as much. And what's funny is One Piece, I think everybody knows that is, right? It's their first ever opening. And so a lot of people actually prefer the English version. It is what it is to me, but people prefer the English better than the Japanese. But now, bigger companies and more people, they try and hire, I guess, bigger bands to do the soundtracks, right? Which causes more money, it's more expensive. So that means they don't have enough money to pay for the English dubbing of intros and outros anymore. And for number 4, I have the recasting of voice actors for legal reasons. What I mean by that, I'm not going to get too into it because, well, I don't know how much I can say on YouTube. YouTube's a little fishy. But no matter in what entertainment industry you are, well, you're going to have to recast people. Why? Well, because people are dumb sometimes, right? So Ivankov, she was voiced, or they were voiced by, I think it was Norio Imara or something like that. But they got arrested for posting inappropriate pictures of themselves online, right? I guess I'm going to say it like that. And then Vic, I think it's Vic Migonga, something like that. I suck at pronouncing names. I apologize. But he played Captain Nezumi, the guy at the beginning of the Arlong Park arc, and Sabo. But he had some misconduct and accusations as well. And at number 3, I have voice actors' deaths. And so since One Piece has been going on for so long, unfortunately, well, people are going to die. We're going to have some deaths before the series ends. And a lot of these voice actors, well, they worked on the show ever since the beginning, which the anime was, 1999. And so, yeah, it's unfortunate that they passed, right? And I guess I'm going to list some of the voice actors that are famous. Obviously some who we don't really pay attention to. Let's say if it's like a random Marine, some of them have died, but we're going to list the important characters. That sounds a little bad, but I'm sorry. So for the Japanese version, we have Mihawk, Whitebeard, Goldie, Roger, and Shaki. Those are some of the important Japanese voice actors that died. And in English, we have Sengoku, Blackbeard, Crocus, and Apu. So for number 2, I had the popularity in America, and as you guys know, like I said earlier in my list, the 4Kids dubs, well, anything outside Japan, basically, One Piece was a little bit skeptical. And like I said, also with animation, One Piece had a cartoon style animation, so compared to, I guess, the more seriousness look like Bleach and Naruto, which also came out around the time that One Piece did, people were still skeptical of that, but Funimation acquired a license, and they won over the American audience, right? And sure, it took One Piece a while, but now the people of America, and actually all around the world, they're one of the most dedicated fan bases, and even so that they're actually making a live action version of One Piece. And coming in at number 1, well, I don't know why, now I'm doing this, I don't understand why I said number 1, because it's not really particular order, I just listed 10. But we have One Piece's popularity in Japan. One Piece is, I'm going to say it is, but people can argue otherwise, probably the most popular anime and manga throughout Japan, right? Having Straw Hat statues, an actual live boat of the Thousand Sunny, and it selling 480 million copies, right? That's really impressive. You could probably say One Piece, well, it's a religion in Japan, right? Merchandise is literally everywhere. You see the Straw Hats on anything. You'd even be considered very weird and a very odd person if you didn't watch One Piece in Japan. And even with it coming to an end, love and obsession isn't going anywhere for One Piece anytime soon. And there we have it. Those are 10 ways that One Piece has changed since its release in 1997. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know what was unexpected of you guys, and let me know something that has changed I've missed. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.